TV. See more, know more. UNIBEN TV. See more, know more. UNIBEN TV. See more, know more. UNIBEN TV. See more, know more.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody.
To have a good society, you have to start from the family. It is the fault of the lady, so she has to work on herself, work on your mind, renew your mind. Okay, with just a little, then you can see everything just exposed. So this kind of thing can result to harassment.
So she lost the suitor, owing to the fact that he said he's a man that knows what he wants, and he likes meaty ladies, like flesh ladies. He doesn't like skin ladies.
And eventually, then go suffer, woman.
I never talk it finish. I never talk it finish. I never talk.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Woman Talks to Woman, where real women explore real issues. I'm so glad you could join us in our show today. Today's segment will present to you something sizzling which we as real women would love to explore. And I'd implore every real woman watching us out there, yes, you real woman watching us out there, to engage with us in our show today. You know why? Because when woman talks to woman, woman understands. Without much ado, I am pleased to announce to you today our topic. We should be focusing on the issues and challenges which women are subjected to in our society today. You want to know something else interesting? Is the fact that I'm not going to do this exploration alone. So I wish to introduce in our panel today just three incredible ladies. Here we have Miss Gift Osaige, a project manager. Here we have Miss Faith Osazuwa, a media personnel. And here we have Miss Divine Grace Obodo, the editor of the ICPR. I am Jessica Obi, your charismatic host who is passionate about exploring issues surrounding women in today's society. Now, to begin with, I want these pretty ladies here to reintroduce themselves and tell me one greatest challenge faced as a woman. I, Jessica Obi, my greatest challenge as a woman is health. Over to you, Miss Gift Osaige.
Hi, my name is Gift Osaige. My greatest challenge is women not being given opportunity to sit in ends of affairs and in power.
Over to you, Miss Faith Osazuwa.
My greatest challenge would be the societal expectation of women, like what most women are expected to do, like their dressing, most times how they should look, how they should dress, and how they should feel about their body.
Okay. Over to you, Miss.
For me, the greatest challenge that I would say I face as a woman is having to work twice as much as hard than a man, especially in work or say education and all.
Okay, that's very nice. Moving on to the first segment, we are going to discuss on the general challenges affecting women. You know, this Simi's music, women don't suffer forever. That's men don't like women, women don't like women. So we women, we go through challenges that even men are unaware of. So now I want my guests here to tell us, to enlighten us more on the general challenges faced as women. So I want Miss Gift Osaige to throw on some light for us.
Okay, like I earlier said, one of the major challenges that women face is the fact that they are not being given the opportunity to build, because you hear the saying that men grow, and they experience these challenges most especially in politics. because I will tell you for a fact that the people that in politics, women, position women are holding is not up to 1%, and especially in Africa, yes. And those, like the 1% that women are holding, they are all finding it difficult to express themselves. There's this stereotype where they will tell you women cannot make decisions for a man because while before now we have this situation whereby the place of a woman is in the kitchen. But things have really changed, that women are doing extraordinary things, most especially in the creative world, in politics. So you can see that women has this potential to deliver or to show what they are made of, but they are not being given the platform. Even when they are given the platform, they are not given the opportunity to express themselves. For example, there's this situation that happened with Senator Natasha. She's a woman that is representing in the political space, but they are giving her tough time for her not to be able to express her place as a woman. So these are one of the challenges that women are facing. The fact that they are not able to sit in the position of power, and even when they are there, they are not given the opportunity to express themselves. So these are one of the challenges.
Okay, thank you so much. There is something Miss Gift said that I really picked on. Two things actually. She said stereotype, and then she said not giving women the freedom of expression, the freedom to express themselves. That word really got to me. So I want you, Miss Faith, what like tell us more. I really picked that, so I want you to throw more light on that.
Freedom of expression. So most times women are stereotyped, as Ms. Gift have said.
Yeah.
So we are always restricted because they feel that we are inferior. If I'm permitted to use the word inferior. So men are seen as superior beings. So most times in office, let me use the space of office setting, most women are they don't have high expectation, although they have the same qualification, they are paid the same way, but they are looked down upon. Let me put it that way. Yes, they are looked down upon. So most times women in this setting, this is a major challenge that they experience and they face.
Okay, thank you so much. Over to you, Miss Divine. So what do you have to say about this stereotype and women limited from expressing themselves in the political realm and also academic?
Yes, definitely. I agree 100% with what Miss Gift and Miss Faith have shared. They say it's a man's world. It's not today it started. It's been there since ages, and thankfully there are measures being put in place to ensure that women are more, they are appreciated for what they can do. Like Senator Natasha now, as a case study, she's first seen as a woman before she is seen as a senator. So there's this visual image that she's a woman and not necessarily that she's qualified to occupy that senatorial chair or position. So yes, I definitely agree, and I really hope that very, very, very soon in the coming futures, women are allowed to fully express themselves, because there's more to women than just roles, gender roles, how we're supposed to dress, how we're supposed to behave, how we're supposed to talk, down to that. So yes, that's my point.
Thank you very much. I appreciate. I really want us to talk about the issue of religion. Religion. There are some certain beliefs they hold for women. I feel like these beliefs hold women down in attaining some political roles or any other roles in a social institution. Don't you think so?
Yeah, when it comes to religion, there are some religion that women cannot mount the pulpit. They will tell you that as a woman, you are supposed to be sitting down while the men are there doing the preaching and the talking.
Exactly.
So, but when God created men and women, He said that He created them male and female, right? He did not say the woman is supposed to be the subject of the man. That is to say, any position that God can call a man to occupy, definitely a woman can also occupy that position. So this issue of religion, women stereotype getting to play in religion, I just feel is an issue of the mind. It's mindsets, most especially in Africa. So I feel we have to have a reorientation and also a mindset shift, that whatever position, be it a religious position, a political position, an academic position, whatever a man is set to if a man is to be in that position, a woman can also occupy same position. So it has nothing to do with gender.
Thank you so much. So, anyone have any other thing to add?
Okay, for religion, I would have to beg to differ, because I know the Bible says that God made woman to be a helpmate for a man. So in the case of religion, I can understand the role that women are supposed to play, but these days we have because there are debates that say, okay, there wasn't a female disciple, and all those kind of very, very funny topics. But in the Bible also, there were women that were recorded that made milestones, that made impact, like Deborah now, for example, and many other women. So I would rather say that the calling of God on people's life is different, right? So if you are called by God, there shouldn't be any limitation. Like, for instance, my mom is a pastor. So although there are still some loopholes in it, which I say I hope it's
always a challenge.
Yes, there are always some challenges, but the calling of God, I would rather tilt towards, I wouldn't really say religion really holds women down per se. So
yeah, every perspective counts. Now, moving on to the second segment, which I would really want us to look into, is on the social aspect women are going through in the society. There is this perception that the society has placed on we women, and it's bringing us down mentally, physically, psychologically. Women are dying every day. These are challenges that we need to tackle, and that's why we organized this show. Now, looking at the societal aspects, my guests here are going to let you know they are fully loaded. I heard of a story about a female. She was actually sharing with me. She was actually bitter. She said she lost a suitor, owing to the fact that he said he's a man that knows what he wants, and he likes meaty ladies, like flesh ladies. He doesn't like skinny ladies. Now, if it's a woman that is not strong enough, she wants to take things. She wants to go into body surgery. You see most girls, it's not, in fact, the rate of slim ladies now, it's reducing. Everywhere you go, you see girls, they want to have bonbon, you see the rate of liposuction, girls even dying at the stage, body surgeries. Why? Because that's how men feel they should be. And this can lead to other adverse effects. So I want us to talk on that. I want us to discourse now on that.
Okay, for the issue of a lady wanting to work on her body because a man turned her down, because the man wants a fleshy lady, I will bring that back to the family, because the family is first the teacher of a child before the society. That's why if you want to have a good society, you have to start from the family. If that girl, for example, somebody that does body surgery just because a guy does not want her, if she understood love from the home, she wouldn't have done that based on what the guy wants. So I will bring that to the family. If a lady comes from a family that has love, that teaches the lady that you don't have to be someone else because of you want acceptance, if that family trains that child on that note, there would not be much issue of ladies having to bring their body to a particular size just for a man to accept them.
But on another level, some lady likes it. Even some that maybe naturally they were slim. Probably because of prostitution. That's also another challenge.
Okay, for that note, I think that's now become a personal decision.
Okay.
You get, that's now become a personal decision. If I want to maybe add to my weight just because I want it, that's fine. Not because someone wants me to have that kind of shape. You get, so that's like a mental, how would I put it now? She doesn't accept herself. That's a low self-esteem on her part.
But that's also a challenge. And that's what we need to bring women out.
That is a challenge. And what I'm saying now is that the remedy to that has to be from the family.
Okay.
Yes. If you want a society whereby women are not overlooked or downlooked, and you want a society whereby women they are not brought down because of the words of people, It has to begin from the home. The parents has to do the training of this is who you are. Nobody has the right to but shame you or tell you to do this just because they want to feel good. So any decision you are taking as a lady has to be your own personal decision. So I think we need to do more of the working from the home, from the family. Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Wellington. Yeah.
Okay, yes. I'm definitely leaning towards Miss Gift's contribution. Self-esteem. In this scenario, it is not the fault of society, but it's a personal fault from the lady. I mean, if you feel you are not enough and you are not accepted, how do you want society to accept you? So you have to first work on yourself and know your value, know what you bring to the table, know that you are more than just the size of your boobs or your bum. So I feel like women have to, sharpen up. You have this time around. This is no longer the 80s, right, where people people after university or after secondary school, women just are thinking of marriage next. Like that is just like the rule book for women.
Yeah.
You see women now that are doing things in the industry, media, tech. So it's not time to sit down and say, okay, because I'm a woman, I have to, look a certain way for people to perceive my value. And yes, I said it is the fault of the lady, so she has to work on herself, work on your mind, renew your mind, okay? And yes, for the aspect of female genital mutilation, it's very, very appalling, I must say, because even up until today, there are still African countries that still do that. So, but I think that is where the media comes in now to highlight all these issues and sensitize these people that okay, this is not the way to go, right? And yeah, I think that's just it for me.
Yeah, and to add to what she's saying, there has to be awareness creation, and that's where the media come in. There have to be orientation. Tell them that this ought to be so, this ought not to be so. So they have to carry out more campaign, and that has to do with the government. Government has to come in, carry out campaigns, carry out awareness, sensitization that this thing has a side effect, and the people that are involved in it, I just think it's like ignorance that makes them do it. But some people that are aware, but they just think it's culture. This is how we do it in our culture. So there are some culture that has to be abolished when it's not profitable to the society. So I feel government should create policies to come in that regard.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Okay, you mentioned one thing earlier about early marriage.
Yeah.
So in female regard, most especially in the north. So I believe that at this point, at this stage, we are with the change of things in society. This is evolving. This early marriage is already changing. Although in the north where we used to have children, girls as young as 13 years old, 12 years old, getting married to very older men at the age of 65. So I believe that now these things are changing in society, where now we can see that the government are doing their best to create awareness on the danger and implication of this, because most girls that are pregnant, imagine a girl of 13 years being pregnant, and this can result to like death or complications during childbirth. So I believe that the society is evolving and changing the mindset in that regards.
But I feel like in what you just said now concerning this early child marriage, I feel like it's imprinted in them that they now see it as ordinary. And it's not ordinary, it's a challenge.
Yes,
but they now feel it as a cultural thing.
Yes, that's how it's just imprinted in them. So we have to tackle these challenges.
That's what we bring awareness come in.
Yeah.
The media awareness, the government awareness, even what's it called? Opinion leaders coming in, community leaders contributing to this and creating make sure that even I think at this stage, men that do that should be arrested.
Yeah, that's where the policy now comes in, where the government has to be putting policies in place that whoever engages in this is the term, the J term that is going to be. So yeah, the government has a lot of role to play in this.
This is getting interesting, but there's also one part untouched, that's domestic violence. We women, what we have, there's one thing about men. When they just see a lady that's is loaded and all that, they can't take their eyes off.
Even if it's the lady's not loaded, anything
That's
is
just that's just man. Like it's so sometimes it annoys me. I want to like Oga, wetin you dey look? It annoys me as if I have to you have to control yourself. No, there's this torsion story I heard of. A lady was kidnapped. They asked for ransom from the family. Now, ordinarily it's a man. He will be set free after the ransom, right? But now because she's a woman and maybe she's loaded, she's endowed. She was not just raped; she was gang raped, and in the process, she got an infection. So this is just someone like that. If she's not strong enough, someone like that can commit suicide. It might drain her. It might just be embedded in her that even till she can't even get on with another relationship, it will just be lifetime trauma. Thank you. So something like that, it's a challenge. It's just like our body is a challenge to us. It attracts violence from men. Another one I heard of, it's a relationship now. A relationship, not even a marriage. They got into an argument. Normally, if it's a man-to-man argument, it won't go to that. But because probably the man feels he higher authority, is superior. Thank you. He hit the woman so hard on her ear, and she got partially deaf. Someone that is not even married. So we women, why is it that this our body is also it's a blessing, but it's also a challenge? So what can we talk on that? This domestic violence is going rampant. Every day we hear this one died because of this, and it's still happening despite even the sensitization and all that. So what can we say about this? What can we talk about?
Okay, that is a social problem that really needs urgent attention, because like you said, our body is a blessing, but in some regard it's also more of like a weapon that some men cannot resist. So that is where I feel the government policy has to be strong. It has to be strong, because even if a lady, but there is still a place where ladies are supposed to be conscious, because there are some ladies that wear skimpy clothes outside. But they will tell you that is not a necessity for a man to want to harass the lady, right? So, but in as much as we want the men not to harass the ladies, we want the men not to maltreat the lady in that regard. The lady has to keep themselves in terms of, okay, you are not making it tempting for men to harass you, right? So what I feel we should do is that, or what I feel the government should do is that should bring that policy to be strong. Issue of rape, issue of harassment, like the harassment, like for a guy to slap a lady and she's not partially deaf. If it is a lawful country, a country where the law is being taken ransom, that guy is supposed to be in prison. But maybe since it's Nigeria or in Africa, they will just overlook it, because you abusing a lady is an offense, is a crime. So I feel government should bring that into consideration to make sure that that law is enacted, whereby if ladies are being abused, even verbal abuse should call for how will I put it now? The government should look into it. If you abuse somebody verbally, even in media, women are being trolled. They are being spoken of in a way that shouldn't be. So I just feel that the only solution to this is that government should enact policies, and that policy should not just be enacted. And that there should be an action point whereby if anybody is a victim to it, the law should take its course on the person.
I really love the suggestion.
What do you Faith?
Okay, I believe that the way you dress is how you be addressed. Most women these days dress like they dress to way exposed.
But you can also point it out to how some men want their women to dress like that. They want them to sexualize themselves,
and that should be done in the home,
not out in public space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So the way you dress, sometimes you see a lady putting on a very short, what they call mini skirt, that you can, with just a little bang, you can see everything just exposed. So this kind of thing can result to harassment.
Yes.
So if a woman dress modestly, I believe that she will not be harassed. So that's my
Even if
contribution.
she's being harassed, but the tendency are very low, or like the one that is wearing revealing stuff, but in another opinion, there are men that even if you are wearing a long skirt, so that's where the law comes to play. You get
I mean, this topic is a very hard pill to swallow because it's a very recurrent one, and it's so unfortunate that our government, they have failed us in this aspect, right? So, but since we know the level to which our government takes these matters of rape and others, and the women in general, we women, we have to be defense for ourselves. So we have to, do accordingly, do what would not warrant us to be in those kind of situations. I mean, there's a higher chance of avoiding something than to just throw yourself into it.
Yes.
So I would also say, okay, I think I've lost my train of thought. But yes, we should try. Oh yes, and the aspect of the domestic violence, as you said, it baffles me that women will be in a relationship and that it hasn't gotten to marriage, and you will take slaps and blows for free.
Some do say they have this perception that they like men that beat them.
Oh, then that is not the problem. That's not a problem we can tackle. It's her spec. It's what she likes. She likes to be beaten. So it has nothing to do with
It's not a challenge.
It's not a challenge. It strengthens her. But if it's something that's a challenge, and I have heard of a scenario where a child was raped by her father, and there was investigation carried out to properly delve into the situation. And can you believe that the mother, after the whole investigation and the truth was revealed, the mother of the lady insisted that they do not take the matter to court or to the station.
It is a family matter.
Yes, it is a family matter. So it's still a point, there's this, as we've been so pushed into this slave mentality that we feel like we are very dependent on a man, but somebody in that kind of scenario. Now you just picture a woman that the man is the breadwinner, he makes the most income. You know how the country is so hard now, and people fear going out, just living a marriage, you are left with nothing basically. So that fear, I think we should, even NGOs now can now tackle that fear and make like homes available for women that are in that kind of situation. I know of an NGO that caters for people who have been sexually violated. I can't really remember it right now.
They are not much. They're supposed to be much because we are in a large country, Nigeria, and crazy things are happening.
Definitely, every single day. No news is very surprising anymore. But then, and it is still the aspect. It's like, are the women willing to go? That's another thing.
I like the fact what you said about women, that since they feel okay, the man is the breadwinner and all that, they will still want to be there.
Even
So
in an abusive relationship.
Yes, because they feel the country is hard, obviously. So you see a man taking care of, they want to like go down with everything. So I actually like that part you said.
Yeah. So I would, my take or my advice whatsoever would be for women who have not gotten married, because as Christians, as I'm a Christian, divorce is not allowed in marriage. So before you make your peak, there are 1001 men out there for you. So it's not just one man that you're going to be with. If you notice any red flags, if he as much as raises his hand, I'm gone. I wouldn't even think twice about it. So before you get into marriage commitment is work. So you have to think, you have to analyze, you put emotions aside. That's another thing that they say, women are more emotion driven than logical, which we should also, work on in those kind of critical decisions. So we should try to, and for people that are already married, I know it's very difficult. It's very difficult, to come out, but then they should know that life can be better than their present circumstances. And if they reach out properly, there are people who are there to help.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. Now, moving over to the third segment, we are going to look at women and health. Women and health. I told you earlier on that my greatest challenge as a woman is my health. You know, there are some women that are born with some certain health challenges that even men are not faced with. So I want us to talk on this. I want my honorable guest to tell us more on this, please. So over to you.
Okay, for health challenges, there are some health challenges that you can control. There are some that you cannot control.
Yeah.
There are some that is caused by carelessness, why some you don't know how it comes about, right?
Yeah.
So for the issue of fibroid that you talked about, so it can be as a result of those things that you stated. Why some it can just happen, right? Life happens in terms of health.
In terms of maybe the family gene.
Yes, yes, it can happen like that. So, but women and health challenges is like you cannot really. That is a major challenge for women. So one thing I feel I will prefer as a solution is that as a woman, you first of all need to study your body. You don't have to be a doctor to study your body. You know when and where you're supposed to see your period. You know the hygiene. Hygiene is one important thing as a woman you should consider. Make sure that you do the things that you ought to do to keep yourself clean, to prevent those kind of excesses or things that will cause health issue. But in a situation where health issues still happen, when after doing all these things, that is when God comes in. You put it to God in prayer, you go for medical checkup, you ensure that you take the right medication, you see a pharmacist or a doctor to prescribe the right drugs or whatsoever for you. So, but in we are in a large country, and the women that are even facing these challenges, most of them are ignorant. They don't know. They don't know what is the cause of this or how to tackle this. So I feel that is where NGO comes in. That is where the government comes in. That is where meaning people, good people of the society comes in. We'll have to do like an awareness campaign. Have to do like orientation of this is what you should do when this occurs. This is what you should do to prevent this. Or if you are facing this particular health challenges, these are what you should do to prevent this or to make sure that you are having a good health. So, but in general, all I'm trying to say is that as a woman, one way to overcome health challenges is to make sure that you care for yourself. You have to have a good hygiene. You have to know how your body works. You have to know, oh, this is what I am feeling. Then you consult the doctor. But for other women that cannot do this, like other women that are facing these challenges, we also have to help them by giving them orientation on how to live a healthy life. Yes.
There's something in this gift that I actually liked. Hygiene. And she said it. I feel like even me myself, I have to go and work more on myself. And she also said putting God in prayers. This is something that women should really pick, because most women don't believe in God, some don't know how to talk to God. So these two things, I really love them. So, Ms. Faye, do you have any other thing to add to it?
Okay, as she has said it all, basically. So you need to just, as a woman, just make sure you take care of yourself. Bathe regularly. You don't want to have body odor. Just take care of yourself. See the doctor if you see any sign. Like for instance, if you touch every morning, I believe that as a lady, you should check your boobs, because sometimes most ladies, this breast cancer of a thing, most girls don't take it seriously. You should be able to check your body and see if there's any any lumps. Then you go to the doctor. So take your health seriously. And
do you have anything?
Yeah. They've said it all. I mean, health is wealth, so we cannot neglect our health and be expecting to be something in society, right? So not even for hygiene, don't do it because you want to impress a man, right? Do it for yourself, for your betterment. So
Ms. Gift also said something. You don't have to be a doctor as a woman to know your issues. So I really like that. So I would encourage our women out there to be hygienic, to be clean. It helps. It helps. It shows in the way you glow. It shows in both physically and internally. Then she also said you don't have to be a doctor to know what you are experiencing. So women should go on for regular checkups and also believe in God, because there are some issues that are outgrow medical operation or whatever. So you have to put God in prayer, or wherever you're serving, put it in prayer. So after, we're going to go on a short break, and after we'll be back.
Do you need accessories to spice up your outfit? Queen's Collections is here for you. We have glasses, bracelets, and jewelry at affordable prices to make you look attractive. To make your purchase, please call us 090-4920-0930 or reach us on WhatsApp on 091-5252-8028. Queen's Collections, your accessories marvel.
Looking for a natural product to enhance your skin glow and hair growth? We got it right here. Ochaya's coconut oil is what you need. It is cold pressed, 100% natural, with no additives or mixtures. Ochaya's coconut oil moisturizes your skin, fades scars and stretch marks. It keeps the skin hydrated, it prevents skin damages and reduces aging. Ochaya's coconut oil stimulates hair growth and serves as anti-dandruff. It prevents hair loss, hair breakage, and improves hair condition. It remedies every and any skin or hair related problems. To purchase, please contact 091-358-00640 or email us at igomoochayae@gmail.com. Ochaya's coconut oil, pure and natural.
My people, how una dey? Shey you dey feel one kind way because you dey sweat and you dey fear how you go take approach that your crush? My dear, worry no more, because you don see the right vendor. This na Melson perfume and sprays. For here we dey sell perfume, body sprays, roll-on, perfume oil, body mist and so on. For here we dey give you the best products for shikini money. As far as you dey buy our products, come put am for body, that crush wey dey run for you and wey dey look you one eye, na im go dey pursue you. Make una call this number 08039406598. Make una also chat us for WhatsApp 09021876586. Melson's perfume and sprays, a new fragrance for all.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody.
Welcome back, everyone. Remember, this is Woman Talking to Woman, real women exploring real issues and also empowering in real issues. Now, our last segment today will be proffering solutions to the challenges that women go through. Ms. Gift Osaige here, she's going to take us first.
Okay, one of the solutions for women, for challenges that women are facing in society is empowerment. There's a saying, when you empower a woman, you empower the society. So I feel if women are given the basic needs or things to stand in the society, the issue of women challenges will reduce. Because when a woman is doing some abuse, is the fact that some women are not empowered, they don't have anything they are doing. So if a lady is empowered, a lady has a good source of income, the issue of challenges that women are facing, at least to a large extent, will be solved.
Okay, thank you. Ms.
Yes, so some solutions that I would prefer is you have to renew your mind, know your value, your essence, beyond trying to prove something to society, but know what you can contribute, and get skills that would make you be able to be in rooms too that men are in. Like there is this another NGO, I remember this one, it is Doers Upliftment Foundation. So they give empowerment, they train women, tech skills, hand skills like fashion, you name it. So these are programs that can help women to be better contributors to society. That's it for me.
Thank you.
One solution I'll prefer is education and awareness. So I believe that all social agents, that is the church, the schools, the family, should come together to curb this. So the family, being the first agent of socialization, should start solving this problem from the home. So, and in schools, students can be oriented about these challenges that women face, and they should also be taught on ways to curb these challenges as well.
Okay, thank you so much. And to add to all what we've said so far, another major solution is government policies. Because if we want to solve this issue of violence, gender-based violence, inequality in society, there has to be policies that the government has enacted. There has to be policies that government has put in place for all this to be able to take action. So government has a huge role to play on this.
Thank you so much, ladies. It was a pleasure having you here. It's my utmost pleasure. You've really educated the women out there watching us out there. I believe you really changed their perspective. Now, for the challenges to round it up, the solutions to these challenges, from what Ms. Divine said, the primary thing is to begin with your perspective as women, to change your perspective, to be able to curb these challenges. Then on the secondary level, women empowerment and government has a huge role to play. So this is the end for today's segment. I'll see you in our next segment. Bye.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody. Suffer, suffer for enjoy forever. Money no like woman, woman no like woman. She no be like water. If woman ever marry you, if woman ever carry you, she no be woman. If she no got him off for side, they go dey push woman aside, and eventually
third day already, or the fourth day. The fourth day of this 9th WAACLAS International Conference. And I want to believe you've been enjoying yourself. And a lot of training, a lot of workshops, and a lot of discussions on our papers. A few things we discovered yesterday, little things. You see some persons were presenting and they were trying to interrogate the papers, and some thought it was like, let's fight, it's my paper, we are fighting. No, we don't fight here. You listen to people so that your paper can be well developed. What we do in conferences is you come here, do your presentation, and you get, in fact, interactions, contributions from others. Somebody said something yesterday, if nobody's talking about your paper, ask yourself the question, why is nobody talking about my paper? It means there is no interest. It means you came here to just laugh, and they say talk and go away. And some of you feel when you want to talk about your paper, pass 100% you ask yourself, what's the reason? Why is nobody talking about your paper? In fact, hello, we talked about why? Okay, please don't talk about please feel like tell thank you for taking the paper. Do you understand? So if they don't say about the paper, please present don't say about the paper. Do you understand? Those people that are about the papers, they don't swim. And there is a stress in it, so don't fight it, be happy. To help you back. Okay. Let me give you help today. Now, I found out that I asked to present PowerPoint. I said your PowerPoint. I don't want to express it for this conference. I'm PowerPoint today. But I like so many of us. We don't know how it is. This is PowerPoint. We don't one slide. No, it's not how PowerPoint. It's a little stuff for you. So that you let I see you working. Now, recently, I give you a paper on site, and I've written a paper. While I house. I feel right and I said present I'm not just every I have to with PowerPoint of that presentation. About 50-70 pages on the PowerPoint. I write up. I want you to so that's what we get. How do I get PowerPoint within the next 10 years? I'll talk. Well, I'm going for intelligence. I'm going for this. So what I did, let's have findings. PowerPoint was ready. How did you get from 15 or 10 cents? It's not a science. Probably that's what you learn today. Now, yesterday I talked about the technicity of attention. So today is doing your PowerPoint using AI. I'm talking for probably 5 to 10%. Creating your PowerPoints. Whether Microsoft PowerPoint slide using AI. It's the best thing about. You are finished with your paper. Now, what to slide about 5 slides, you see how for pictures and everything was yes. One thing to understand how they are points. They are not that one is the points. You understand me? And so people are PowerPoint. When PowerPoint, slide. Don't give us 70. Except for one slide. Let's go on that. And those questions become more expressive when you have pictures. When you have that. What is the society? Almost everything presented orally. We saw it. And we were expressing everything. Describe presentation. That is presentation. That is what you do in conferences. When you have that paper ready, just go let's talk about the next slide. But don't. If you have it, nobody, you don't have time to do it. So how do you do it? You are feeling Microsoft. You are finished it. So whatever AI you are using, I like Gemini. Because it's possible for the Yeah. Now there is a specific thing, not Gemini. When you sign Gemini, upload the paper. Are you listening to me? We need to solve somebody. How do I write it? Because it is not yet now. Upload that paper into that app. When you upload it, right, create a PowerPoint presentation slides. Maybe words, background, charts. So you get it. That's the problem. When you put it on strong, they create PowerPoint from this elements. It depends on what you want. Arrow 6. What's arrow 6 again? What is power? Roll. These are that. Number 2, we are tempting and what you intend to do and presentation. How about your children? How many times when you or friends, name it, and ask for our presentation. At times, come with this slide. Because the page slide. When you see 3 slides for me, 10 slides. If you want it, will be 40 to 40 words without some mistakes. And then you are done. What you need to do is to export. You put it on Canva and then export it. When you export, you can go and you have a PowerPoint presentation. You understand? Or you want to show your experiment? Practice. Where are you boys? Just hold on. Before that food will be ready, let me try some things for you.
UNIBEN TV. See more. No more. UNIBEN TV. See more. No more.
Activity, open it. Have you opened it? You have your work you want to present. Already written work. Is that not so? Okay. Let's try something. Can you manage to see this? Eh? Okay, see, I've opened my app. This is I've opened Gemini. And now I've opened Gemini. This is what I want to do with it. This your video is not what you wrong one. It's supposed to be. Well, okay. Now look at your AI. You see a plus sign. Can you see a plus sign? Yes. You see a plus sign. Click that plus sign. You say upload file. Upload file. Click the upload file. Now whatever file you want to upload, go to it. I've uploaded mine. Are you good? Okay, tie there. The PowerPoint presentation slides. Create a PowerPoint presentation slides for the uploaded documents or with the uploaded documents. Generate 10 slides. Make it worthy. Within 20 to 30 words. In each presenting at the WAACLAS Conference. Okay, let's see what you get. Create your own. Any conference, anything you have, just telling yourself you are a researcher. Okay, create. Now you get live. So not live. Because right of slide. What you should do one slide. Like mine, look at it. Zero slide, title, up to 10 slide. Are you getting me? Now I have this. Did you get the full slide? Yours is loading. You got the PowerPoint directly. There is a gentleman this campus. Are you there? There's one. Have you created your own? He gave you the slide. Okay, now create the presentation. Yes. Presentation with the above slides. Create the PowerPoints presentations with the above slides. Yes, enter. See, mine is created already. Have you gotten yours, Prof? So slide out. You have your slides? The 10 slides.
Those are made in pictures, graphical.
Okay, we didn't add pictures, we didn't add graphical illustrations to our, okay? We didn't add it. Okay. Good again. Please add pictures, graphs, and so on. Nothing's amazing, for instance. Do you have yours? That's what it is. You have your slides, everybody. Okay. I think there's this guy. Come on, change this thing because it's not showing my stuff on this screen. That is well. It's a PowerPoint. I'm still waiting for you to tell me your PowerPoint is ready. Because mine is ready. And ask for pictures. Use Done. You didn't get yours. If you're having issues, just raise your hand and let me see. That I'll come to you. Do I have it now? You have yours. You have yours. You don't have diagram. Okay, go back to that. Go back to the prompt you gave. Say, please show pictures, diagrams, graphs. It's what you want. Okay, this is my screen. Can you see my screen? Boy, I need to see the screen to activate the laptop. Need the screen. You need power.
Mine is showing.
Oh, it's showing now. Congratulations. I've passed my exam. Okay? Good. Let's use your own now. You see, it's 1 over how many? It means you're not doing the right thing. Look at it. It's fine presentation. You see, even uploading. This is see now. Laptop. You want to do research, you like using phones. There is more laptop. You can use phone if you have good phones. And just do it and get it right. Alright, thank you very much. What we'll do now before we start the syndicates, we'll go there, take our breakfast, and we'll come back and start officially. Okay? Thank you. So that those will not be come, they not get breakfast. Thank you very much. Let's just move out to the take a breakfast. You can keep experimenting. Keep doing your work with what you learned yesterday. I expect you to bring my papers today. Now, I want to collaborate with me. We'll be paying the money for the project. And you write the parts.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Random Facts You Didn't Know About the University of Benin. Now let's go!
Did you know that UNIBEN Radio was established in the year 2011?
Did you know that Rita Akpeji was the first female FCG Secretary General of the University of Benin?
Did you know that Professor Lilian Salami was the first female indigenous Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin?
Do you know in 1988, Professor Festus Yayi won the Commonwealth Writers' Prize for his novel Heroes, written in 1986?
Did you know that Carly Miracle was the first female SCG Assistant Secretary General of the University of Benin?
Did you know that Joseph Jegede was the first president of the Mass Communication Students Association?
Did you know that Victoria Choma Igwe is the first female SCG Director of Socials in UNIBEN?
Did you know that the University of Benin started in Ekenwa campus?
When we say students should dress in a particular style, we are just trying to build a consciousness that we are training them to be professionals. So whether you decide to wear a native dress or an English dress, the occasion should demand what type of dress you should put on. I know sometimes when you talk like this, those who have a little level of exposure to Western societies will say, hey, in the West, are you a Westerner? Are you an American? Are you a Briton? You are a Nigerian. There are values that guide us in Nigeria. That's what gives us a sense of identity. They say university is a free place. Yeah. It does not mean there are no rules guiding the university. You must understand, within the context of our society, is that we are not forcing students. We are only asking students that within the limit of the department you have come to, there are rules. Somebody that is not in your department, if he comes into the system now, the student will easily identify that this person is not our student. So, beyond the mark of identity, it's what gives a sense of uniqueness. Ethics is not necessarily what is right or wrong, but a study of it. And the idea of what is right or wrong is subject to what a society defines it to be. If you don't have regulations, it creates room for chaos. It creates room for misdemeanors.
UNIBEN TV. See more. Know more.
Subscribe to UNIBEN TV. Hey guys, my name is Faith Dibie, aka Shaw. Please subscribe to UNIBEN TV. Thank you.
Please subscribe to UNIBEN TV channel.
Please subscribe to UNIBEN TV.
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 Please subscribe to UNIBEN TV. Subscribe to UNIBEN TV. Subscribe to UNIBEN TV.
If you not subscribe, I beg you try bell. Subscribe to UNIBEN TV channel. I beg. Thank you.
Subscribe to UNIBEN TV.
Hello viewer out there. My name is Dr. Daniel Ekariafo. I'm the HOD of the Department of Mass Communication. I want to plead with you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you.
Subscribe to UNIBEN TV.
Hey guys, my name is Faith Dibie, aka Shaw. Please subscribe to UNIBEN TV. Thank you.
Please subscribe to UNIBEN TV channel.
Please subscribe to UNIBEN TV.
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 Please subscribe to UNIBEN TV. Subscribe to UNIBEN TV. Subscribe to UNIBEN TV.
If you not subscribe, I beg you try bell. Subscribe to UNIBEN TV channel. I beg. Thank you.
Subscribe to UNIBEN TV.
Hello viewer out there. My name is Dr. Daniel Ekariafo. I'm the HOD of the Department of Mass Communication. I want to plead with you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you. Here in Masscom, we believe that students who come to read journalism or other aspects of the field like advertising, public relations, should present the very best of themselves to the public. So the philosophy we adopted as students must dress modestly. And one way of us achieving that was the idea of us introducing uniform to the students. Here at the University of Benin, apart from the Faculty of Law, that has always been associated with dressing black and white, NASCO was the second department, or is the second department that started the idea of dress code. It was what we started that prompted other departments like theater, art, education, and even find and apply that to say their students must use uniform,
including music.
So to create a sense of identity for their students. When they say university is a free place, it does not mean there are no rules guiding the university. What it means about the university being a free place is that it's a place where you have the capacity to think about any idea. We are not forcing students. We are only asking students that within the limit of the department you have come to, there are rules. Don't forget that we gave opportunity to students to wear either jeans, native clothes, or whatever type of clothing on Fridays. But from Monday to Friday to Thursdays, there are specified mode of dressing.
UNIBEN TV. See more. Know more.
There's privacy there. Nobody can just bag into my room and it is not done. So for entering my room, you have to knock. But you see other things that are related. Like I want to read. So I have my privacy to myself. I have my room to myself. I have my space there.
Meaning you are living alone.
Yes, I live alone. So I can just enter my room, close my doors, and do whatever I want to do.
Alright.
That's one thing that gives me joy staying off campus, and I enjoyed it so well. After how do I even explain it? After a busy day on campus, I want to go back home and relax my head and calm down and my peace. Yes, my head. I calm down, take a quick shower, and just stay in my room. Just have to play slow music and enjoy myself.
So, what can you tell us now that your challenges that you've faced while staying off campus?
Okay, my challenges, I would say power supply because to my best understanding, campus, yeah, the hostel itself, the school environment, there's always power supply. Unlike my house off campus where we have to wait for electricity, that the electricity company can just decide to like after 1 week there's no light, there will be no light, and can just take it. But unlike on campus life, that the students won't take it and the situation will be resolved. Another thing is security purpose as well. So many thefts, we do hear theft that people are being robbed just around within our school year of campus, like Bargate, going towards a college road, you hear theft, people are being robbed and everything. But being on campus at the same time, it's not that rampant. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Over to you, Madam. Please, can you tell us your own advantages and challenges you've encountered staying in the hostel?
Okay. I'll say the biggest advantage, I'll say, is the proximity. Yeah. Yeah. Like I can actually wake up by 7:30 a.m. for an 8 a.m. class. All I have to do is just bathe, have breakfast, grab my bag, and I'll still be in class before the lecture begins. And another advantage is I don't have to do with traffic. Yeah, I don't, and I spend so much money. Like I don't have to spend so much money on transport. Those money can actually get me a decent lunch instead of me using it to transport to get all of that.
Yes.
Yeah, and another advantage is the networking is a match. Like there can be a shared assignment now, and I'll be confused about it. What I have to do is just work down maybe two stuffs for mine, and I will see a customer that can put me through. Yeah, you are never alone in the hostel. Then, so challenges I've faced so far in the hostel is lack of privacy. Yeah, you are not, you don't have like, you're not, you don't have your own space, let's just say so. You just manage some tiny space, and sometimes other people can just come, you keep something and you not see it again. That's it. And what again? Okay, there is also distractions. So wait, now you just want to, okay, let me focus on this, let me do this thing today. The moment might decide that that's the time they want to gist, to have a mini party, they want to play music and all of that, so they are gisting. And trust me, when they are gisting, guy, the gist is mad. That you don't know what your focus will fly off the window. You just want to like join them. So those things are some challenges, and I believe that in hostel, when you want to like focus, you just have to tune out the world. Like if not, you fail. Why focusing? Like why enjoying the best social life ever? So you just have to like. That's just it. Yeah.
All right. Let me ask a question. Miss Happiness here, she made mention of privacy. Like when you come back from classes, like if you want to read or if you want to like settle down, what can you say about that? She made mention of staying off campus, with privacy and all. But can you make mention of like how does it affect you, privacy? Like you just came back from your hostel, but you want to like stay on your own.
Okay. I would say privacy is something we don't really have in hostel, but at the same time, you can still have privacy. Like you coming back from class, like you want to like sleep. Yeah, you can just go to your corner there. You can. That's why you have AirPod or you have your earpiece. Just plug it in and just light, and you have your privacy at that time. Like when I say that there's no privacy in hostel, does not mean that every time people will be at your corner every time. No, you can just have your own time sometimes and just sort out some things. But trust me, I would say off campus you have more privacy than in school campus.
But isn't that like because when you have privacy, like you miss out on various things. We are young adults, so I don't know your perspective on privacy.
Okay, exactly that. Like I'll say, okay, is you missing out from some gist because in hostel you have all the gist in the school. Like hostel is actually the art of the school. Like everything that happens here, there, and there, you hear everything. Plus the good gist, the rumors, and all of that. We do have it. Like it's first-hand news. Yes, you don't have to.
Even at that, even if it's the first-hand news, getting it from the sources itself. But then again, I don't say I agree with it. Because most times saved from so many issues that have nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
You can't just come and tell me that this is what's happening. Yes, there are times I want to get involved in conversations as well. I think during the last Mirror's election at Margaret Echo. I was so conversant with the news, with the information. I wanted to come to school, but then again, I thought about it. What was the need of having to walk all the way from my house, out of my room to school, and listen? And not that I'll be allowed to vote because I'm not a hostelite, so I won't be allowed to vote.
All right, you know this celebrity Pella that came to our school last week.
Yes,
you actually you came.
Thank you. And that's what I'm saying. And I was shocked when I heard it from you. When I saw it, I was like, on TikTok, I was like, Pella was in a camera. I said, where was I? I was telling
were you able to meet him? Were you able to see him?
Yeah, the thing is, I was not really there, but if at all, most people that see him do stay in hostel. That's why. So we just have the information, and everybody was just watching out to like listen. Me that day, I was actually having an headache, so I don't really have to go out. But trust me, most people have the people that see him most in school hostel, so they just have the opportunity to like go. And those people off K, they do miss out with that.
Yeah, some places are off K can
respond from our guests. Thank you, Mercy. Thank you, Happiness. Thank you, Mercy, for your response and for honoring our visitation. I am still your host, Operation Omoye, and this is Campus Conversation. And we also have our co-host, Kezaya Opero Omoye. All right, see you next time, next edition. Bye.
UNIBEN TV. See more, know more.
would love invent innovation. And we're writing it for 5,000 words. Don't forget, the stuff cannot give you 5,000 words at a time. It will give you, it's not able to 5 times or not. It will give you 1, 5, 1, 3, and so on. But what you need to do to achieve that for 5,000 words, in whatever thing, like I use Gemini, whatever thing you do, I'll click Canva. There's one thing dot there. Open it, if you're using Gemini, there's 3 dots there. Click it. They have different things, video, this. Click Canva. Canva will bring it like Microsoft Word for you. Canvas. You click Canvas. When you click it, then you write. Even in your prompt, you write. Break it into 3 parts. Break it into 3 parts to achieve the 5,000 words. You see my prompt is very long. This is me telling AI what to do. Are you getting me? Or at the end of this seminar, I'm going to create something, some of these prompts and everything, and send to you. I will write your papers and everything. In less than how many minutes you have to write the paper. And it is you. It is not AI, it is you. Are you following me? Now, if you have done that, put it on the stop and click enter. You will be shocked that chapter 1 will come out the way you want it to come out. But that does not mean you should not read it. Because at times, when you read it, it may not give you that thing you really want to see. Some of these AI can be talking about the repository where you pick it from, like according to ResearchGate. ResearchGate is not an author. Are you listening to me? According to France and Taylor, they are not authors, they are repositories. So you must read it through so that you go back to read it, you experience something like that. Please, I don't want ResearchGate, and I want the author in these repositories. Because you don't read it, you won't get it right. Are you following me? Put it there, and you see what it will give to you. It will bring it into 3 parts. If you are using Canva, the first part, you can copy and paste, read through. Go to the second part, proceed to the second part. It will give you again. Proceed to the third part. In less than 5 minutes, you are done with your full chapter 1. In less than 5 minutes, you are done with your full introduction of your work. And it starts with your prompt, because the prompt is the foundation. If you get it wrong, you will get it, it's not going to be effective for you. Do you understand me? Do you have questions? Do you have questions for this part? Yes. Take the mic. I thought I have a mic so that we can hear. But some persons are online. Okay. Salami. Sorry. One talk those that are asking questions online. Please. Just hold on. I'll take. Okay, this is open to everybody. I said it's a workshop, it's a collaborative thing. She writes that way, and that.
Understand something. Even if your work is really with English and you use AI will not fly it. So don't think that because you have English, then AI will fly it. Or naturally to be tagged as AI. The fact is that AI is machine generated. So even without English, it will still fly AI. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Dr. Barry.
One thing that I want us to also know, because I've had to query a particular reviewer of a journal, and because I really felt insulted by the comment. It seems you have used AI to generate this. That was the comment. And I'm like, you can't just give me that comment. Because what I know internationally is that if you are writing now, why they also don't want you to overtly use AI, they tell you, please tell us where you have used AI. But they will be specific. So what I will start by saying is that if you are writing for a journal publication, try to understand their guidelines for AI. Almost every journal now has a guideline for AI use. Understand the guideline for AI use, so you know your limit. Then somebody tested at the conference we had last year. Somebody tested something. He did like 250 words without AI, without anything, that's what I'm saying. We posted that thing into that stuff, and it came out with one very nasty percentage. We were there when he did it. So we're talking about hallucination. We're talking about what they call Google kind of thing. But if you are sure of what you have done, just have that confidence. Even if it is flat, what reasonable journals allow you to do is to defend your position on whatever they have said. I use the word underline reasonable journals. If they raise something and you have something counter, you can defend it and they take it back to their editorial board for a review. So if that is your way of writing, nobody can say stop writing that way. You may now find a way to maybe because of this type of workshop that is exposing you to something, maybe just adjust it a little bit. If you like eating your eba with ogbono, I will not say you should stop and start eating it just because I want to come and patronize my restaurant. No. So just a little bit in and here, human factor comes in a lot.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let me tell you something that happened. A girl called me from UK and said, "Sir, I don't know what to do. Look at this write-up. Look at this write-up. In fact, I've been called to visit panel because of this kind of write-up." I said, "What is the write-up? Send it to me." And I looked at the work, so perfectly written and very high skilled kind of write-up. And I asked the student, "What about you?" He said, "I'm a writer." I said, "I'm wondering why you're writing like this. You're using these deep terms, medical terms, and you're supposed to learn in 300-400 level. How did you manage to do it?" I said, "Tell me the truth. What did you use?" I said, I went to AI and AI did this. I said, "That is the problem. That is the problem. I verified you what cited. We were correct. They were correct." I said, "Let me tell you what they will tell you. Number one, you will call the panel and you have to defend everything you have written." And I asked the girl, "When you were in Nigeria, what did you study?" She said, "I studied medical and so on." I said, "No, that is the first thing you need to start with. And number two, what did you use AI to do in this one?" He said, well, what I did was I used AI to refine the language. I said, "Then, if you use AI to refine the language, go to the panel. Just go there, get the original work you teach, hold the original work, and go there." I said, "Don't be scared. You wrote the work, and you use AI to refine the work. Go and tell them." And she got there. At first she was scared. "So are you sure?" I said, "Yes, I'm very sure." And she got there and started asking her questions. What they did first. You know there are a lot of AI checkers and all this stuff. You know those stuff, it caught her well. And let me tell you a secret, those AI checkers, even at times when you write, you put it there, they still hold you somehow. Because every time you put your work through AI, unconsciously, some of those AI watermark, you may not even know. You may not even know where they are there. So when you just put it, you just flag it. But some of us, now we want to write, we want to do, we Please block us or whatever we want. Just make it plain and simple the way we got it. Let's refine conclusions and all the stuff and let's see how we do. Are you getting it? So don't make AI to generate and generate. What is your own contribution? I told you it's a generative collaborator. What is your contribution to it? So when she went there, she told them the story and told them, define those ways. Say, first of all, I left Nigeria to do nursing here and all this stuff. This is what I studied before for 4 years. And then everybody was okay, keep talking. And she said, another thing that happened is I wrote this and I used AI to refine the compositions of language and all this stuff. They said, okay. When she defended it, I sent her a mail again and said, well, we'll be able to defend the work effectively. So what we will advise is learn to maintain the language of the 100 level students. That was all the AI did. And she left. She said, how did you know this? I said, because you did AI. And so you must be very careful. That's why we need to be very careful when we use AI. You should be part of your work. You should be part of your work. So, like me, for example, you use those M-dashes and all this stuff. It's your way of writing. Let me tell you, if you are published to work 1, 2, 3 years back and all this stuff that you published, AI will look for you. It will recognize your writing pattern. The other day I just went, you want to say something? Yes, you know. He's here. Okay.
Yes, I want to say that for most of us who know about Grammarly and keyboard,
yes,
you may have written something on your own, and you feel that your language is not too sophisticated, and then you put it in Grammarly, or you use keyboard. You have introduced AI to your work. When you test it, you will see your work is now AI written, because those applications are AI. I like what our lecturer is saying. Nobody says you cannot use AI. But there is something called ethical usage. And that's what Dr. William also said. Some are now asking you, declare where and where you use AI in this work. Even Thomson Reuters, they will ask you, and you will need to tell them, I use AI in my analysis. I use AI to refine my language. I use AI in doing this. As long as you declare them, many journals, reputable journals have said, don't have problem with you. Except we Nigerians.
Yes.
We have got a thief, a very bad student. You understand? Because many of us still don't believe that we are in an age where you can't avoid AI.
Exactly.
Many of us don't believe. I can write something today, and I ask AI to refine it. AI will give me a better version of it. It becomes AI. I hope you understand. But one thing, like you said, ensure that you are part of that work. AI. Because you don't know half of what AI gave to them. And that's where, once you are victim of AI, they are lost because they are not able to defend anything inside the world.
Thank you. Prof. to say something.
Thank you very much. Pay attention to various you write and you ask AI, it will not seek your permission. It will go and take you. It will try to replicate you the way you have always written, so that it will sound like you. Because there are people who, for instance, are used to particular ways of speaking and writing. let me use my brother, son-in-law. Sonny likes very hyperbolic words, for instance. But if Sonny now writes something different, and it deviates completely from a hyperbole that we know before, AI is likely to query this. This is not the son-in-law that we know. And it could ask you, are you sure you are a Kerry? And the reason asking you is because he recognizes that this Kerry is a departure from the Kerry that he knows, which is why we're saying you must humanize. But to respond to Dr. Ole's accusation of Nigerians being scared of AI and being intimidated, it is because the students themselves don't ever declare that they have used AI, and two, refuse to acknowledge, which is plagiarism. The fact that you have cited 20 works doesn't make your work less important. The fact that you have not cited works at all doesn't make your work very original and supersonic. It only shows that there are gaps, because there is nothing under the earth that has not been done. When you now refuse to show the source of information and you impute it, AI will show you the various sources where these materials have come from. So we must be ethical in our conduct. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. That brings me to supplements. Now, this is very important. Most of us, because we gave us this topic, we want to just put the topic for AI to do it for us. No, we let it run. That's why I said, break your stuff into structures.
Outline.
The outline. And you need to pick them one after the other. Because if you want to give everybody, you will be shocked. You don't get something original stuff and you find it difficult. Now, he said something about ethical things. Now, we're talking about ethics. Number one, the first thing you need to do, even with AI, you already said, is you must acknowledge the sources. If you're able to acknowledge the sources effectively, it is the best thing you have done for your research. Another thing, the problem we have with this acknowledgement, I wrote a work, let me give you an example. I wrote a paper, and after writing the paper, I wrote it on my own, then gave the AI to generate some things based on the way I wanted. I structured everything, and I put that work back into that AI and asked the AI to critique the work for me. And I get surprised, they gave me those backs. I said, what is the problem? Why? This is what I used you, and this is yes. Verify this, it was bad. And I started working, I was asking AI the question, what is wrong about this? If you give you a critical point of view on what to work on, then I started working on them one after the other, the sources and everything. At the end of it, I did it again, it gave another criticism, and I did it up to 3-4 times because I write, I critique it, I write, I peer review, I do a lot of reviews on it. At the end of it, when I finish, do you know what AI did? AI started recommending scopus, some kind of journals where you can, international journals where you can send that paper to and they accept it. So if you critique your work effectively, AI will, because that same AI will tell you this is unethical, this is wrong, this is this is that. That is why you need to be very careful. I said upload your work and use those works. Don't ask because of time. Don't ask for any online work. So please give me online work of this. That's chapter 1. For chapter 2, if you are using the same prompts, just change the chapter. How many words do you need in your chapter 2? Put it there, 7,000 words or so. Then listen. Chapter 2. What do you do in chapter 2 of your work? you review literatures, is that not so? And most times you have a conceptual framework, is that not so? You have your theoretical framework, you have your empirical reviews and all those stuff, is that not so? Now, one thing you must understand about literature review, this is the problem we have. When we say literature review, we want to look at books, you just begin to tell AI, do this thing for me. AI will give you, and this book says this, that book says, that's not literature review. The most important thing about literature review is the criticality of that work. How critical it is. What is the comparison? So, you are doing that prompt that I gave to you. You are going to chapter 2. Number 2, then you type again. Make it very critical. It's a literature review. Do comparison, not description. Literature review is not description. It's critical. When we're talking about critical, you are looking at what this person is saying about it. What is it to compare with another person's work? Let's see those criticality, compare, you contrast. At the end of it, you now want to do what we call synthesize. Are you listening to me? So these words must be there. You must show comparison, the arguments of various authors. Please put it in it. Because that is what you need in your literature review. You are reviewing. You are looking at the works of other people. What is this person saying about this? Is this person countering it? Or what's the argument in it? At the end of it, see how you can harmonize, synergize all these arguments by synthesizing, bringing them together to form an organic whole. When you do that in your prompt, write it in your prompts and put it in the number of words. And don't forget, if you are having 7,000 words, you are not using 3 canvases. We increase the canvas to like 5 so that you can have the number of words you want. If you break it into 5 parts for you and you need to work, then you see the work, you see all the arguments. You see the work because you are still using the same books. You may decide to add more books based on your outline. To compare, to do comparison, to do so you must have it, it must be critical. Do comparison, arguments, counter arguments. Put it in that prompt. And then synthesize. Put your outline, conceptual framework, 2 points conceptual framework, based on the outline you have generated. Are you listening to me? So put it there. When you put it there, you'll be shocked. And please, don't just put it there without reading. I'm very emphatic about this word. Read it. Read it. Because some of you working on the history, somebody said I'm writing on the history of Ewuwa dance. May I give the beautiful history of Ewuwa dance that does not exist. So that's why you need to be very careful. If you want to do that kind of thing, give a brief history that you know. The reading pattern is the dance and the kind of costume they wear, write it in it so that it can give you what you are looking for. Do you understand me? That is how to do your chapter 2. It's very simple. The same prompt, just add this criticality, chapter 2, and put your outline. The number of words you need on your canvases, and you get the rights. Do you understand me? I know that you said some of our supervisors will look at the work in Nigeria here. You see this work, why is it like this? It is too critical. Someone told me, look at this work. How come I don't have a place to put my pen in it? I need to put red pen. You need to put red pen. If the work is going on, professor and sit the students down, let's discuss your work. That's what I feel. Come, sit down. AI has come to stay. I know you use AI. Yeah, let's discuss it. Discuss the work with you. And so when you are using your AI, read your work so that when they ask you, is it your work? You should be able to tell them, this is my work and this is what I'm doing, this is the objective, this is the problem, and you'll be able to do it effectively. That's chapter 2. Simple as that. Chapter 3 is your methodology. What do you need in your methodology? What do you need? Yes, your research design, your population, and all this stuff. At times it can still be critical. Make sure your work, research is a critical thing. Do you understand me? Put it there. Then, the major work I want to discuss now before I close is your chapter 4.
Just a very good.
Yes.
You know, research design is not omnibus. So what I mean is that it is subject specific.
Exactly.
The fact that I have designed my research in a particular way, we design our own work in that same way. So you must first and foremost understand the concept of research design. What does it mean? What are you designing? And what does it entail? What goes into it? It's like your chapter 2 that we're talking about a while ago. People go to Wikipedia and collect all kinds of trash from Wikipedia. And when they want to reference, they say Wikipedia. And they forget that people they themselves are contributing to Wikipedia. Because there's no authenticity, there's no veracity for what you have said. And anybody can shoot down whatever you are taking from Wikipedia. If I write today now that I am from Akinebode, Akinebode used to be in Edo State. Now Akinebode is in Tema territory in Ghana. That is what it will be. So the next time you go and ask Wikipedia, where is Akinebode, they will tell you in Tema. But very wrong information. And you go there, you take the thing and say, Akinebode is in Tema. And people like me say, I beg your pardon. That's my hometown. I've never been in Tema. Then you ask, is there any other Akinebode known to you? I will search and say, no. But do you mean, does Akinebode mean the same thing as Bode? Because other people will use them interchangeably. You say yes, then it will give you a plethora of things to look at. So you must be very specific on what you want AI to do for you. Very, very specific. And you must know what sources are credible and what sources are not credible.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Paul, for that. I was just going to talk about the credibility of sources. A number of us have lost it because AI seems to provide almost everything for us. But we must go back to our original materials. I had given an assignment to students at the time to talk about theories. And a number of them, the theories we have been used to right from undergraduate days. It was graduate students actually. And they talked about propounders of some theories. After presentation, I asked two of them in that particular class. I asked them, you did these theories at undergraduate days. You had a part of them even at master's level. How come at this level you are talking about propounders of these theories to be so? What happened? It's a case of just going online, generating anything and submitting. So we must compare sources. We must go back and question the genuinity of what we get online. And sometimes information we get online are not detailed. There was a day my daughter came home with mathematics question. I tried solving it and I couldn't. I said, please, let's ask AI. And we did. It gave us answer. It got to the point, look at this, but this answer is wrong. I said, look at the back of your mathematics textbook. Let's see what the answer is. We checked. It wasn't the final answer. I said, okay, let's look at it again. And then she said, oh, I now get it. From the point AI stopped, she was expected to do some form of multiplication again. So after getting it, we now had to send back to tell AI, you got it to this point, but see what you missed. I was appreciative of that. So next time someone goes with such a question, already there is an addition to it, and you'll be able to handle that. And again, the currency of information also matters. There was a day I needed to get someone's name in a particular position, and when I asked, he gave me that the holder of that office about 5 years ago. So if you get such information to at this time, we talk about it in a particular occasion. Someone may look at you and say, you are still way backward. So we must always confirm the information we get from them.
Alright, thank you very much. You see, when I was talking about data mining, I did told you about distance learning, how you can get materials online, you are on the ground. So when you get these materials, I gave you specific instruction, download them. It is when you download them, you will know these words are authentic. And I said, upload them. Yes, upload them into whatever site you are doing so that you can do this text analysis of them. According to the very nitty-gritty of this thing before we close. When you do that, you will get a very well-verified sources. Because it is what you give to it that it will work with. Yes, Dr. Barry.
I just want to add something.
Yes.
Algorithm bias, like what Prof was talking about, is a typical situation you have to use of there. Algorithm bias has to do with what existed and which AI has not been able to get any information about. It's from an anybody. Somebody has decided to write that everybody is in Ghana, and that has been stopped. Now, for now,
tell it who to be before AI can be anything. So assigning a role narrows its focus to a specific database of knowledge from what he said. You must assign a role. Who are you? Are you an assessor? Are you a student of so? You must assign a role to it. A few days ago, I wrote something. I went on Gemini. I was just typing something about media relationship with something. And you know what AI said? He said, in fact, wrote something, said, yes, I know Dr. Modiaga Gure. I was shocked. Anyway, I was not shocked. He said, you are into interdisciplinary thing on media, drama, and all this stuff. And I just smiled. They know you. You have already created a person. That is why, let me tell another secret. That AI you are using, what you need to learn, if you look at the list from the setting, there is a part where they call personalize. Are you listening to me? There is a part, it's very important. Click that personalize. The things you don't want in any of your write-up, put it there. Tell that AI what you are, who you are, and the things you do. Put it in that place. So that anytime you come, when you are even writing, all those things you don't want, you won't see it. So personalize your page. Do you understand me? So that AI thing, the setting of whatever you're using, it's what we call personalize. So type, to open it, type the things you don't want, the things you want, I want this, I am this and this. You see, so the first thing is the role. You must give a personal role to that area. So you must write something and let them know who you are. If you are a student, say you are a postgraduate student. Then number two, the second thing you need to do, that's the R is for. Number two is the objective. What is your mission? About that write-up you are dealing with. What is the mission? It is very, very important. It is the hyper-specific. You have to be hyper-specific about what you want the AI to do with the information. He just told you, Prof said, go there. Somebody said, go there is from Ghana. Then now you are telling AI, no, go there is from Nigeria, it's Sususu local government area, and all those. That bias, you have